This year, for the first time, we're giving a Harbotzas Torah award. And the first recipient of this award is Rabbi Yosef Fischer. Yossi is not only a revered Talmid Chacham, but is someone who unselfishly shares his Torah knowledge with all of us. He's been teaching Daf Yomi for the past 24 years and has been giving a shiur following the davening for the past 19 years. He often steps up to teach us Torah whenever the need arises. His learning, together with his great humility and many acts of chesed, makes him a true role model for all of us to try to emulate. Please enjoy the next video.
There is a beautiful medrash that describes the relationship between Moshe Rabbeinu and his student Yoshua at the time that Moshe Rabbeinu handed the reins of leadership over to the next generation. The medrash tells us, Pnei Moshe k'pnei Chama, Moshe's face was that of the sun, Upnei Yoshua k'pnei Levana, Yoshua's face was that of the moon. What the medrash is telling us is that Yoshua was a reflection of his great master and teacher, Moshe Rabbeinu. And just like when one looks at the moon, what he sees is a reflection of the sun that's the source of its light. When one looked at Yoshua, he was able to see the reflection of the light of his great teacher, Moshe Rabbeinu. When I look at our Harbotzas Torah awardee this evening, Rabbi Yosef Fischer, I see the reflection of his great Rebbe, Rabbi Yosef Dov Halevi Soloveitchik, Zecher Tzadik Livrocha. I grew up in awe of and great admiration of Rabbi Soloveitchik. My Rebbeim were his Talmidim, his students. They were the ones who studied from him directly. And I grew up in a world that was influenced and shaped by his vision and his greatness. And I've always had the image of what a prime student of Rabbi Soloveitchik looks like. A man who lives in both worlds, who straddles both worlds comfortably, a man who is part of broader society, but whose very existence is Torah, Torah study, observance of mitzvos, a love of the land of Israel, the people of Israel, and of all the values of Torah Judaism. To me, Rabbi Yosef Fischer stands as the model of the vision of his great Rebbe. In our shul, he has been the go-to guy for Torah, be it shiurim, be it people's personal questions, be it just a good dvar Torah for a simcha or for a Shabbos table. Everybody knows where to go, where to find the answers, and where to find the insight. And Rabbi Fischer's calm demeanor, gentle manner, brilliance of mind, sharpness of wit, quickness and comfort in helping others has always stood as a magnet for everybody in the shul to be drawn to Torah. Our shul is called Bais Torah. The name is only as much as the people who are in it. And Rabbi Yosef Fischer has made us proud to wear that name for the time that he's been here in our shul. With the support of his wife, Barbara, and with the support of his family, Rabbi Fischer has spread Torah, has caused others to learn, and has given us all a vision of the beauty and greatness of Torah. And we thank him for it this evening with the Harbotzas Torah Award.
gratitude to our shul, congregation-based Torah, and to all of our Haverim for giving me the opportunity to share Torah learning. The Gemara's example is that a cow wants to nurse its calf much more than the calf wants to nurse from its mother. The meaning is that the teacher of Torah has a greater wish to teach than his audience has to learn. Certainly during the last 23 and a half years, during which I taught Daf Hayomi and other topics, I received much more than I gave. And I thank our shul and its members and all who learned with me during that period. God gave me many exceptional brachos in many areas. I had wonderful parents who pushed me in the right direction to learn in yeshivas. Definitely not what I would have chosen for myself during those immature years. I was fortunate to learn from the last generation of Chachamim and Talmidei Chachamim to come out of Eastern Europe. So I got the flavor of the classical yeshiva experience. I was extremely fortunate to study under Harav Yosef Soloveitchik Zatzal, the greatest Rebbe of his era, from whom I learned a little of how to think and how to learn and approach learning and life. I was fortunate with my family, with my wife Elaine and our children, all of whom allowed me and encouraged me to continue to study Torah. And after God took Elaine from us, I went through a very black and bleak period. But then I was most fortunate to marry Barbara, who has always been most supportive and encouraging in my learning and teaching Torah. I have also been very fortunate to be part of Bais Torah for almost 44 years now, to be influenced by Rabbi Wein, Rabbi Haber, and now especially by Rabbi Gottlieb, all great Talmidei Chachamim, and of the Haverim of Bais Torah, truly and literally a house of Torah, where I've been given the opportunity to share the Torah I received from my rabbis and teachers and transmit that learning to our colleagues in shul. Tonight we are remembering and memorializing Irving Malinowitz and Evelyn Kranzler. I want to give special credit to Irving because my Daf Hayomi was due to his initiative and encouragement, as were many innovations in our shul, including the 7:45 a.m. minyan, which continues till today. I also credit Evelyn and Moshe for their kindness to me after we lost Elaine. Jack Benny, a Jewish comedian from my generation, once remarked upon receiving an award that he doesn't really deserve this award, but he said he has arthritis and he doesn't really deserve that either. Well, my teaching has been only part-time. The true award and appreciation should go to those men and women who devote their lives and careers to teaching and transmitting Torah full-time. We should recognize and honor their devotion and sacrifice in teaching and leading us and our children. I thank you all for this award and also for your many years of friendship.
I'd like to call Rabbi Fischer up now.
We would just add to the words in the video that Rabbi Fischer also has the humility and the grace to at least make it look like I have what to teach him. The inscription reads, "V'sein b'libeinu lilmod ulamed is called divrei Talmud sarasechu b'avav." May we learn and teach your Torah with a loving heart. Rabbi Yosef Fischer, Harbotzas Torah Award, with sincerest appreciation for the years of scholarly Torah knowledge that you have imparted. Congregation-based Torah, May 22nd, 2016, 14 ER 5776.
Thank you very much. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. The great raffle for the coveted parking space right next to the raffle.